Unit 5. Content. Conclusion.
And conclusion slide. A conclusion gives balance to a presentation by restating the main points. It also tells the audience the presentation is coming to an end. A good conclusion contains a concluding phrase, a restatement of the main point, a summary of key points. Thanks for the audience. 1. Listen to the model presentation and identify the parts of the conclusion.
This brings my presentation to an end. I have told you about a sport that I do as my free time activity. First, I demonstrated the rather unique starting position for you. Then I showed you a picture of how people look in the middle of the race. Finally, I showed you how racers look at the end of the race when they are very tired. Well, I hope you have learned about my sport and that some of you might be interested in trying it. I really appreciate your attention during my presentation.
Useful expressions.
Signaling the end. Okay. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Right. That covers everything I wanted to say about. So, that's all I have to say. Summarizing. To sum up then. In brief. Before I finish, let me just go over. If I can briefly summarize. Concluding. To conclude, I'd like to say that. I'd like to finish by saying, in conclusion, final recommendation. It seems to me then that we should. I would therefore recommend that. I would therefore advise that. Support. I have prepared a handout, which I will pass around. I'll give you my email address in case you want to follow up on something I said. Closing. Thank you for listening so attentively. Thank you for your attention. I hope that this has been useful. Inviting questions. I'd be glad to answer any questions. So, do you have any questions? Are there any questions? Yes, the gentleman sitting there. Yes, the lady sitting there.
Presentation tip. Prepare answers to questions which you expect.
Closing a presentation. I want to briefly summarize the benefits of informal feedback. It can provide more detailed information about clients' needs, it makes clients feel empowered, and it strengthens the customer-client relationship. So, to conclude, I would like to recommend that the sales department utilize informal feedback in a more systematic way in the future. Thank you for your attention. I expect many of you have questions, so I would now like to invite your questions regarding my presentation.
Fill in the gaps with your information and list the variations you find in the conclusions above. Visual aids. Conclusion slide. A conclusion slide will signal the end of a presentation. Conclusion may be written on the slide. A presentation's key points should reappear on the conclusion slide.
Practice.
Create a conclusion slide for your presentation, following the guidelines listed above.
As always, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And before you go, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that tiny bell. And don't forget to check out some of our other videos on the channel. On to the next time.